from the dirt, but now I'm stunned. Hey, always been a man, so it ain't nothing. Hey.
Welcome to DNN Live, episode 15. And today we're going to be talking about Breonna Taylor's case. Yes. We're going to be talking about Breonna Taylor. But you know what? On a lighter note, let me talk a little bit about this young man right here. Okay? Mr. William Taylor. All right? Today is his birthday. And so for those that don't know who this gentleman is, he played a character, the son, on Everybody Hates Chris. He actually played Chris. Okay? The spinoff show for Chris Rock. The reality show for Chris Rock, showing his life. So, yeah. I enjoyed that show. That was one of my favorite shows, even though I have issues with Terry Crews. But that was one of my favorite shows. I enjoyed it. So shout out to William Taylor today. He celebrates his 28th birthday. All right. Now, let's get into the meat of the story today. Well, I guess you could say it's the meat of the story. Breonna Taylor. Okay, because I'm just upset right now. The fact that no justice is being served for her. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about Mr. Daniels here, as you can see. 1 second here. Hold on. One second. Oh. No, still not on page. Okay. Excuse me. We want to talk about Mr. Daniels. Okay, he lied. He never brought the information to the grand jury. Not one time did he bring information to the grand jury. Okay, he never had any intentions on prosecuting those officers. Then he made up some little excuse, we're going to give the officer wanton endangerment. Yeah, just to pacify us, even though that didn't work. Just to give us something, okay? Because this officer shot randomly into other people's homes. So, there's a lot that needs to be brought out, and it's coming out now. So, we want to touch base on that a little bit. I want to let everybody know, phone lines are definitely open. Call in if you want to take part in the conversation. 412-378-0480. If you want to follow us on Instagram, that's Debonair412. And if you want to contribute to the show, I would greatly appreciate any contributions. Doesn't matter what it is. It helps the show. That's Cash App at $ Debonair412. K Debonair412. $ K Debonair412. All right. Let's get past that there. All right. Now let's continue on. Now, Mr. Cameron. He lied about a lot of stuff going on. And then I don't understand where the evidence is. Okay, the officers were saying one thing. Okay, the neighbors were saying something else. Why wasn't all of this information brought to the grand jury? Okay, we're going to watch some video here, okay, of Mr. Kenneth Walker. Okay, now this is the point that I'm trying to make. They're trying to say that, okay, the police officers knocked on the door, they made themselves known. Okay, Mr. Walker refused to open the door, and he heard them announcing themselves and just retaliated with gunfire. That's what they're trying to say. That Mr. Walker and Breonna both knew that there was police officers outside of their door, banging on their door, and that's why Kenneth Walker discharged his weapon. But that's not the case. See, Mr. Walker didn't know who was at that door. All right, so I want to play this video for you guys real quick. All right. So you guys can have your own opinion of what happened, because they told some lies here, people. So if this gentleman, like I said, excuse me, if this gentleman was actually shooting at the cops, trying to, evade, being arrested or whatever he was trying to do, hide drugs or whatever they claimed he was trying to do. If that was the case, why would he have made this 911 call after they breached the house and unloaded all their guns on the home? Why would he make this 911 call if he knew in his mind, I just shot back at the police? That's who is shooting at us. Why would he make this call? All right, we want you guys to hear this real quick.
911, Operator Harris, where is your emergency?
I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend.
Okay, where are you located?
I'm at 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment 4.
3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4?
Yes. Oh, my God.
Okay, how old is your girlfriend?
She's 26. Breathe. Oh,
you said 26. Where was she shot at?
I don't know. She's on the grill right now. I don't know.
Okay.
Mama.
You said she's 26. Is she alert and able to talk to you?
No, she's not. Breathe. God.
Okay, and you said you're in apartment number 4?
Hell! Oh my God! Yes, hell!
What's your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Kenneth Walker.
You said Kenneth?
Hell!
And you said she's 26?
Yes.
Okay, you said 3003 Springfield Drive, apartment number 4?
Yes.
Okay. Can you check and see where she's been shot at?
I can't get on that stomach.
Okay. Is she alert and able to talk to you?
No, breathe.
Okay.
I think oh my God. Oh my God.
Can you get her turned over on her back? I need for you to check her and see where she shot at.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta go, Mama.
Okay.
I gotta go. You back.
Kenneth.
All right, people. Sorry, I'm back. That was horrifying. Horrifying. So basically, now this is my point. Now you heard this tape. You heard the man crying and saying, to the 911 operator, who was she? She needs to be fired. Anytime someone says to you that someone is shot, you answer all these questions. All you need to know is the address. We're sitting on the ambulance. Okay. All the questions is after the fact. Sit out an ambulance. Okay. And then the fact that the officers, now I was like 2 minutes right there. Okay. There's the whole 911 call and everything. The officers are still outside, waiting, doing nothing, where they could be in there. They could have been in there, applying CPR, doing something to save this woman. Okay, now that goes back to where I was saying, if he knew that was the police, why would he be crying on the phone to the 911 operator saying that someone kicked in our door? We don't know who it was. Okay, he didn't say the police kicked in our door and started shooting. No, he didn't say that. Okay, he did not know it was the police. Plain and simple. So I got another video here, okay, to, back up his story, okay, to kind of give you some more inside scoop on what's going on so you can get a better understanding of what happened, okay, and get into the mind of Mr. Walker, okay, what he was actually witnessing, what happened in that house. All right, we got another video right here. All right, now this one here is new audio. Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. There's actually him, explaining to the officers what happened. Okay.
There is also news tonight about the shooting death of Breonna Taylor in her own home in Louisville. Tonight, ABC News obtaining audio. Her boyfriend describing the moment officers broke down the door and why he fired his gun. A police sergeant describing his own version of what happened. Here's Steve Osensami.
It remains clear tonight that Louisville Metro Police were at the wrong home. And in a police interview recorded just hours after the killing in March, the boyfriend who survived the encounter says that he and his girlfriend, Breonna Taylor, had no idea who was trying to break into their apartment.
I just let off one shot. Like, I still can't see who it is or anything. So now the door's like flying open. Then all of a sudden there's a whole lot of shots.
The 26-year-old was a...
Now, I want you guys to understand and hear exactly what he said. He let off one shot. Okay? That's when they busted open the door and started shooting. The officer got shot after the fact. So, and then on top of that, they can't find out where the bullet came from. They can find out a bullet fragment from anywhere else at any other time. A cold case from 30 years ago, they can examine this bullet, find out what gun it came from and who shot it. But now all of a sudden, they can't recognize what bullet shot this officer. So how can they say that it was him? They can't. Okay, it was one of their own officers, boys in blues, out there shooting like they're the Wild Wild West. And one of the bullets ricocheted or just shot him, period. Okay, so let me run this back just a little bit so you guys can really pay attention to what he says. Listen to what he says, Mr. Walker.
idea who was trying to break into their apartment.
I just let off one shot. Like, I still can't see who it is or anything. So now the door's like flying open. Then all of a sudden there's a whole lot of shots.
The 26-year-old was a local ambulance technician, a true lifesaver, and was killed when police returned gunfire. You see her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, being arrested here in the parking lot. They tried to charge him with trying to kill police officers, but those charges were later dropped. In another newly released interview, we hear from the highest-ranking officer who was at the couple's door trying to execute the no-knock warrant.
And do you remember the name of the target on the search warrant?
Not offhand.
His interview happened weeks later, and Sergeant John Mattingly told investigators he couldn't remember whose name was on the warrant or if police announced who they were when they first started banging on the door.
You said you guys didn't initially announce?
No, the first bang on the door did not announce. I think after that we did. After that, each one of them had police come to the door, search warrant, police search warrant.
The boyfriend told investigators that one of the officers at the scene approached him while he was in police custody and called what happened a misunderstanding, admitting that they were at the wrong place. None of the officers have been charged. One has been fired. David.
All right. Thank you, Steve.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News.
All right. I appreciate ABC News for that clip. Thank you very much. Shout out to them. But now let's get back to the story. Now, as you heard, he shot off one shot. One shot. Okay? And the police entered the door, breached the apartment, and then just let off a barrage of bullets. Okay? When they tried to say, 20 bullets were shot into the apartment. 20, that's, yeah, right. And this next video is going to show you a little bit of the damage done to the house. Okay? Let you know that there was more than 20 shots. Now, counting the other officer that got the wanton endangerment, how many bullets did he shoot? Into the neighbor's apartment. I mean, come on, man. They went out there like they were in the Wild Wild West and busted in this young lady's house and proceeded to shoot him down. Okay? When they got Mr. Walker in custody, one of the officers looked at him and said, "Did you get hit with any bullets?" And he said, "No." The officer said, "That's unfortunate." Wow. Unfortunate. They don't even know this man. This man did not commit any crimes. Neither did Breonna. But in his mind, that man should have got shot down. So we're going to watch this next video. This is going to tell you a little bit more about this case. So I just want people, I'm bringing this up and I'm redoing this update on this case because I want people to really look at the situation. Because the first thing that people started saying, or what the media put out there, is that, oh, Breonna was a drug dealer. Her ex-boyfriend was a drug dealer. This was a drug house. The police were completely vindicated. They were doing their job. No. That's not the issue here. That's not the facts. Okay. The facts are they weren't even supposed to be there. Okay. The gentleman they were supposedly looking for was already in custody. All right. There was no drugs in the house at all. So, let's get into this next video so you can get a little bit more information on what's really going on and the lies that were told. All right.
New here tonight at 6, a soft target. That's what LMPD Sergeant John Mattingly says in a recorded interview just released. He led the deadly raid at Breonna Taylor's South Louisville apartment. Tonight, Gabrigagadis is sharing the audio recording of police interviews with Mattingly and Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker.
Breonna Taylor's sister posted this video on her Facebook page. It shows the moment police arrested Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, after Taylor was shot and killed.
We're just trying to find out what happened.
I don't even know what happened. Oh, why?
In this audio interview with LMPD's PIU, Walker tries to explain what happened hours after the shooting.
We both get up, start putting on clothes. Another knock at the door. She's like, "Who is it?" Loud at the top of her lungs. No response.
He says he and Taylor were watching a movie in bed when police knocked on their door.
You guys just considered this location as, and I've heard this a couple times throughout this investigation, as a soft target.
Right.
That's Sergeant John Mattingly admitting during a police interview they thought Taylor would be alone because they, quote, knew where their target was, appearing to refer to suspect Jamarcus Glover, who wasn't at Taylor's apartment.
Banged on it again, no response. At that point, we started announcing ourselves, please come to the door. Please, we have a search warrant.
He says at first police didn't announce themselves, but after 6 or 7 knocks, he says they did.
And as I turned the doorway, he's in a stretched out position with his hands with a gun. And as soon as I clear, he fires. Boom.
Mattingly describes seeing Walker after police tried knocking down the door. Walker thought someone was breaking in.
All of a sudden, there's a whole lot of shots. And we both just dropped to the ground and the gun fell.
It was simultaneous. It's boom, 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 boom.
When asked if it was his officers who returned fire, Mattingly answered,
I don't know. I never saw anybody return fire. I don't think they did, especially my initial 4. I know nobody did. It was just me and this guy.
But he admits firing at least 4 rounds. Walker says after firing 1 shot in self-defense, he and Taylor dropped to the ground.
I'm yelling help because she's right here bleeding and nobody's coming.
At one point during the interview, Mattingly describes when a neighbor exchanged some words with Officer Brett Hankinson when police were at Taylor's door. He tells investigators Hankinson seemed, quote, worked up, and he tried to get him to relax. You can listen to the full interviews on WHAS11.com. For now reporting, Sanay Gabrigagadis, back to you.
All right, family. As you can see, it's a bunch of mess. Bunch of nonsense, man. Bunch of nonsense. Now, the cops said they knocked. Mr. Walker also said that he heard knocks at the door. But at first, we were told that there was a no-knock warrant. Why is that? Why the lies and the misconception? This is what I don't understand and why I'm angry. Okay? This is why I don't understand. This is why I'm angry. Because of all the lies and misconceptions. Okay? That they're claiming this, claiming that, saying this, saying that. And no one really knows the truth. And then we have the, Daniel Cameron over there lying not even attempting to indict the other officers. It's sad. So, basically I'm doing this story so people can know and understand and not give up and continue to fight for Breonna, because this is unfair, unjust, and it's going to continue to happen if we allow it. Okay? We have to stop this, nip it in the bud. Okay? Because this is a travesty, and it's going to continue to happen. So we definitely need to address this. So I'm trying to make sure that I touch base on everything that I wanted to talk about that. But there's just a lot of lies, man. A lot of lies. And then how the officer said that he opened the door and Mr. Walker was stretched out in a position with the gun. He said he fired the gun. He fired the gun. Door swings open. They commenced the shooting. They didn't look in there. See, and this is another thing that I don't understand. If they did not know who was in the house, what gave them the right to open fire like that? There could have been children in there. Could have been babies in there. So what gave them the right to just open fire? Even though there was, the perpetrator inside of the building shot out of the building, but still, if you're a police officer, you should be thinking about, are there any civilians in there? Are any hostages in there? Are there any children in there? Instead of just opening fire on this house. Like I said, like they're in the Wild Wild West. So, if that isn't enough to bring these cops up on charges, I don't know what is. It's just ridiculous. So, let's continue on, people. Let's continue on. We're going to touch base on Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. His dumb behind. But I want to talk a little bit about Harris and Pence. Okay? I want to talk a little bit about them and the debate that they had. As a matter of fact, let me just bring up the video of the debate, all right? Because there's some things I want to talk about within the debate. And, and of course, the star debater, the one who stole the show, The Fly. Yes. Excuse me, y'all. I'm flipping through. The star debater, The Fly. Oh, here it is. All right, people. I'm going to play this for you guys, and then we're going to talk a little bit about this.
This presumption that you hear consistently from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris that America is systemically racist, and that, as Joe Biden said, that he believes that law enforcement has an implicit bias against minorities, is a great insult to the men and women who serve in law enforcement. And I want everyone to know who puts on the uniform of law enforcement every day that President Trump and I stand with you. And it is remarkable that when Senator Tim Scott tried to pass a police reform bill, brought together a group of Republicans and Democrats, Senator Harris, you got up and walked out of the room. And then you filibustered Senator Tim Scott's bill on the Senate floor that would have provided new accountability, new resources. But we don't have to choose between supporting law enforcement, improving public safety, and supporting our African American neighbors and all of our minorities. Under President Trump's leadership, we'll always stand with law enforcement, and we'll do what we've done from day one, and that is improve the lives of African Americans.
Thank you, Vice President.
Record unemployment, record investments in education, and we'll fight for school choice for all of our minorities.
Thank you, Vice President.
I'd like to respond.
Senator Harris.
I will not sit here and be lectured by the Vice President on what it means to enforce the laws of our country. I am the only one on this stage who has personally prosecuted everything from child sexual assault to homicide. I'm the only one on this stage who has prosecuted the big banks for taking advantage of America's homeowners. I'm the only one on this stage who prosecuted for-profit colleges for taking advantage of our veterans. And the reality of this is that we are talking about an election in 27 days, where last week the President of the United States took a debate stage in front of 70 million Americans and refused to condemn white supremacists.
Not true.
And
Not true.
it wasn't like he didn't have a chance. He didn't do it, and then he doubled down. And then he said, when pressed, stand back, stand by. And this is a part of a pattern of Donald Trump's. He called Mexicans rapists and criminals. He instituted as his first act a Muslim ban. He, on the issue of Charlottesville.
All right, family. As you can see, the star of the show was the Fly. Yes, the star of the show was the Fly, ladies and gentlemen. And I want y'all guys to really take note to when the Fly jumped on him, okay? Right when he started talking that bullshit, okay? That's when the Fly was, he smelt it. He smelt it in the air. And that's when he landed on it, okay? That exact moment, he started trying to defend the police department. Oh, there's no white supremacists. There's no systematic racism. No, yeah, right. Right. Come on, man. If there's no systematic racism, okay, why are the executioners allowed to patrol the streets? Okay, and for those that don't know, the executioners are a vigilante gang, and I don't want to say vigilante because they are police officers, okay? But they're a gang of police officers, okay? They get these tattoos on them and all that. They're white supremacists, okay? So if there's no systematic, I mean, that's just one, okay? There's tons of other, but you know, for him to sit up there and lie, okay? That's just despicable, man. It's despicable. And like I said, the star of the show was the Fly. The Fly knew. He smelled that shit a mile away. As soon as he opened his mouth, he was like, yeah, he was there. So that's a sign, people, for, you know, those that have spiritual connection, like myself, that take heed to signs. Yeah, that's a sign right there. Okay? So, you know, pray for him. Pray for him, because, you know, those that are, you know, believe in the word, believers, you know, know that we're supposed to pray for the leaders of our country. Okay, pray for them. You know, that works, and then vote also to get out there and vote. But yeah, the star of the show who stole the show was the Fly. Congratulations to the Fly. Wonderful debate, buddy. Wonderful debate. But I don't want to get into Kamala because I could do a whole show on her and her lies, and you know, she did tell some truth during the debate, but she didn't tell the truth. She didn't say about how she was the truancy that she was doing. It was a truancy law she passed over there. There's not a law, but a truancy act, where if your child, you know, was brought up on truancy, the parent would go to jail. No, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of African-American moms went to jail because of that truancy that she put in place. But she didn't mention that. And all the black people that she sent to jail unjustly. She didn't talk about that. But let's keep moving on. So, but like I said again, shout out to the star of the show, the Fly. All right, so we want to get into, I got two more stories for you guys. I'm going to save Tory Lanez for last, okay, because you all know what happened with Tory Lanez. You know, his dumb ass should go to jail for shooting that young lady. So, all right, excuse me. We're going to talk about, I found some information the other day. Well, the information was brought to my attention, so I did some research on it. It's been brought to my attention before the fact, but I decided not to touch base on the story because when the coronavirus first dropped, I immediately dropped the story. But a week or two after I dropped the story, I found out new information that, the scientists in China were behind this whole virus. Which I should have just did an update on it, but no, I didn't. But this time here, I'm going to do an update. I'm going to update on this bubonic plague. All right. So what was told to me is that now there's a new outbreak in China. Okay. The bubonic plague is not a new disease. It's been out here for years, but now there's two types of bubonic plague. And honestly, in my mind, allegedly, I think I'm feeling, okay, that China they're up to all of this. What are they trying to prove? What are they trying to do? Okay, they created this coronavirus. Now they're doing something with this bubonic plague. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to play this news clip for you guys so you can get a better understanding of what's going on over there. All right.
Now, you may remember some of our earlier reporting on an outbreak of the bubonic plague in China. There are now reports that two types of the plague have been found in northern China and in southern China. Now, after the original reports of a case in Inner Mongolia, a new case was confirmed on the evening of September 27th in Yunnan. The local government launched a level 4 emergency response to prevent the spread of the plague soon after it was confirmed. It was allegedly found after authorities conducted screenings for the disease across the whole county, allegedly after 3 rats were found dead in a village. Now, in addition to this, there have been 6 confirmed cases and 3 deaths from the bubonic plague in Mongolia this year. Now, it's important to note, the Chinese Communist Party is not known for being honest with cases when it comes to viruses. The Chinese Communist Party is known to cover these things up. But we can say, if they held county-level tests, county-wide tests, and issued public reports on this, in other words, media are reporting on it, it may be more serious than they claim. And again, their claim also that some of them found 3 dead rats and reported this, and they launched investigations on the bubonic plague. Again, this is pretty suspicious in China, where finding a few dead rats is not that big of a deal typically. Why would the CCP again be holding county-wide tests? Why would it be issuing public reports? And why would it launch investigations like this, allegedly of someone finding 3 dead rats in a place so far removed from Inner Mongolia where the other outbreaks are taking place? Again, this does seem suspicious. We'll have to see what happens as this goes forward.
All right, family. Now, I just wanted to bring that information to you, so be prepared. Be prepared. That's all. That's the reason for me to bringing this information out, so people know and they're not caught off guard. That's why I brought the coronavirus story out. When I first found out about it, so people know and you're not caught off guard. You can protect yourself and your family. So, if China is manufacturing this bubonic plague out here, a new type of a mutated version, man. And I take it, I advise you to Google the bubonic plague and Google what happens to a body when it's exposed to this treacherous disease. So, and I can just imagine if they have mutated this virus. Oh my God. So, man, prayers, y'all. Pray, because we're dealing with spiritual wickedness, man. Spiritual wickedness, and it's everywhere. And like I said, the next story I'm about to be doing is about the sex and pedophilia in the music industry, okay, and in Hollywood, period, okay, and how that all of that is trickling down, okay, and it's trickling down into our homes, our the things that we watch on TV. The programs that our children are watching is trickling down in there, and they're trying to infiltrate it. So you really have to open up your eyes and wake up and see what's happening before it attacks you and your family and your children. Man. So, but yeah, all right, let's continue on. Let's talk about Tory Lanez. Yes, Tory Lanez. Let's find his clip. Yeah, old Tory, he deserves any and everything that happens to him, man. For real, You know, I know there's a lot of people out there like, oh man, whatever. Megan shouldn't have snitched. Whatever. Come on, man. If someone shoots me, I'm snitching. You shoot me, man, I'm snitching. And then for him to be a man and shoot a woman, I can't see one reason why you would shoot a woman. Unless she has a gun also. She's trying to shoot you. That's the only other reason that, I could, see him shooting her. So let's read, let me get a little information here. I'm going to read a little clip from TMZ. All right. Tory Lanez has been charged in connection with the shooting involving Megan Thee Stallion. Just weeks after the singer released an album. Claiming his innocence. Yeah, this clown released a whole album claiming that he's innocent. Okay? Which is totally ridiculous. Why would you do that? Okay? The LA County DA's office hit him with one count of assault and assault with a semi-automatic firearm and one count of carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. The DA also alleges Tory inflicted great bodily injury. If convicted, the rapper/singer faces up to 22 years and 8 months in prison. Wow. 22 years and 8 months in prison. Because he was mad at his girl. She did something. I don't know what. But like I said before, no matter what she could have done, doesn't give him the right to shoot her. Okay? No, not at all. So, Tory Lanez is, and I don't feel any sympathy or empathy for him. I look at him as a lame. I look at him as a sucker right now. Okay, that's worse than putting your hands on a female. Okay, that's worse than physically putting your hands on a female. So, I got no love for him. So, whatever happens to the brother happens. But yeah, that's what's going on in the news, y'all. If anybody, the phone lines are open. If you want to call in, participate in the show. But yeah, that's crazy. So, and I believe the next show I'm going to do is going to probably be about the Hollywood, sex trafficking and pedophilia. Yeah, it's out of control, people. Out of control. And I really feel that everything that's happening, like I said, is infiltrating our households, our homes. Netflix had a show called Cuties. Okay, that was gross. Where they had a bunch of 9 and 10-year-olds running around in tight, skimpy outfits, doing little provocative moves and dances, while the cameraman is getting crotch shots and booty shots of these little babies. It's the Cuties, all right, on Netflix. I don't think they have it on anymore. They should be blocked, but yeah. This is what they're trying to do. And then Fashion Nova, they're coming out with a line of clothing that looks like they're trying to celebrate Halloween. I see one outfit, and I wish next show, I'm just going to give you a preview. But next time I will bring up some photos of these outfits. But the one, it's a fishnet outfit for, I think it was a 5-6-year-old. Who does that? Who would buy that for their child? Fishnets, leather. One was a leather pants, and like, come on, man, that's prostitute gear. That's hoe gear. But they're trying to sell this to our babies, to us, to put on our babies. So people, wake up, fight back against this system. Okay, it's out of control. Excuse me. It's out of control. One last And then also one more thing I wanted to note, that why are they having these transgenders in the schools reading stories to our children? What is that about? They even had this one transgender on Sesame Street. Man, it just sickens me. And so, like I said, I'm gonna go into depth about the whole situation. A lot of stuff that I found out, a lot of information that I know that I'm gonna put out there for the next Friday's show. So, guys, keep watching. We'll definitely every Friday at 3:00. I'll be putting out a new episode. I try to go live on the Facebook, but Facebook just plays too much. They're giving me problems all the time. It's like every time I try to upload to them, but they don't want me to speak this truth. So when I share this to Facebook from YouTube, please share this out. Hit that like button, share with your friends. I appreciate y'all. Those that are watching, those that are contributing, those that are supporting. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to those that donated to the show. Appreciate y'all. I got some items that I'm gonna be giving away soon. I'm just waiting to build up, the following, the base. So I'll have some people to give some stuff to. But yeah, that's coming up soon. So, but I appreciate everyone for watching. Very, very grateful. I'm gonna keep doing this no matter what. I don't care if there's one person in the room watching me. I'm going to, and then also, a lot of things are happening. So I think Fridays aren't soon enough to put out a show. So I'm going to put out shows in between the Fridays, but it won't be a live show. It'll be a pre-recorded tape show. But because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be put out there that I can't wait till Friday to put it out there. So I appreciate y'all for watching. Please hit that like button. Share with your friends, y'all. Appreciate it. And any companies that want to be highlighted on the show, contact me. Okay? You can contact me by email. By email. blackcode412@gmail. That's BLACKCODE412@gmail. So any businesses, any restaurants, you want to be highlighted on the show, local or international, it doesn't matter. Contact me, put you guys on the show. So once again, I appreciate you guys, man. For coming in and being here, taking your time out to watch the show. Like I said, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and please share. So be safe out there, people. Wear that mask. Stay focused, stay woke, vote. Okay? And keep your mind open to things that are happening out here, man. Don't be closed-minded, all right? And take care of yourself and each other. It's your boy King Debonair, DNN Live, episode 15. See you next Friday. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace.